What's going on, guys? It is Cedar here, and today I will be reviewing Maverick at Cedar Point. This coaster is definitely a fan favorite of all coaster enthusiasts. This is the second coaster review in 2 days, and these coasters are both at the same park. I mean, yesterday was Top of Dragster, and here is Maverick. So, this is just a fan favorite. As always, let's start off with the stats. It is 105 feet tall. It is 100 with a drop of 100 feet. Maverick is 70 miles per hour. The total feet of track on this coaster is 4,450 feet, and it has two inversions and is 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. A solid duration. Okay, so this is basically a mini Intimidator 305. You have tons of bank turns. It's very low to the ground. It actually has a very beyond degree drop, and it also has a launch. And you launch through a tunnel under the station, and you go flying out, and you go over there. So what an awesome coaster! Some people for most GP, they're not really gonna say that this is the best, one of the best coasters of the park, because it whoops you around so much. And some people barely even find it because it's in the back and it's such a long walk. But yeah, whatever. So I'm first just gonna be going through the whole thing, and just I'm gonna be going through all of it, and talking about every single element and what I thought about it. So yeah, so you first leave the station, and you actually go, and the trains are really short, but they also have the worst restraints I've ever had on any coaster. They are painful. I mean, those hard restraints. I mean they are soft around the shoulders. That's nice, but they do have it's the one that goes around your thighs. That is the hardest thing ever. When you go through those air times and all that, it when you go up, it's so hard, it hurts your thighs. It's like a thigh crush. I mean it's kind of like Skyrush, but it's I just hate that feeling. I mean, it's it crushes your thighs, I just hate those restraints. One of the worst restraints I've ever had. So you go up the station, you actually go up this fast lift hill, 105 feet tall, and it is actually very fast. I mean, probably not as fast as Millennium Force. I don't know, but they're both very close. And I love how it has a fast lift hill, and then you get pulled over, this beyond 90-degree drop, and you are just whipped over in the back seat. And then you go down, you go through these bank turns, you go through some rocks, and it's just a really fun part. And then you go through this airtime hill where you absolutely go flying. That is an awesome airtime hill. And then you go through some more, and then you bank to your right, and then you go through this 0G roll, and then you go around, and then go around another 0G roll, which those are very, very fun. They're the only two inversions on this ride, and there are some very fun moments. The 0G rolls are always fun. You're always gonna love 0G rolls, and you're always gonna love this inversion. So yeah, you go through a bank, and then you go into a tunnel, and then it breaks almost to a stop, and then everybody thinks the ride is over. But then you suddenly go and launch. You go and launch to 70 miles per hour, and you go speeding out of the tunnel up into and you go up a little bit, and then you'll get some brakes on it. Not a fan, but I mean, it's still it would probably be too intense if they didn't have the brakes there. And then you go down, you go through a bank, and then you have this a part of the coaster that goes over water, and it sprays water up in the air. It splashes water. That's really cool, neat. And then you go through this part where it used to have an inversion there, but then they took it out. I wish they kept it. It would be so cool if you could have the version, but I understand why. And then you go, but now it's just a bank turn. And then you actually go through this big bank turn. It's more than halfway up. It's more than halfway banked. Yeah, and at sometimes, probably most times, when you go through that, it's like right under the drop. So when you go through it, in the drop, the train on the drop, may be right, like it may be like going down the drop right when you're going through that element, which it looks really cool from a distance, but you probably wouldn't really notice it on the ride. And then you go through some of them, and then you actually go through a steeper bank, and that is still is it that is it you get whipped around it. It is like that is a very intense moment. And then you go through this another airtime hill, and then you hit the brakes. What a intense coaster. I mean, a mini Intimidator 305. I mean, because it's not, since it's a mini, it's not as tall, but it has all the rapid transitions, and that's what I love. As you guys all saw, just like Top the Dragster, this made my top 20 coasters ever, and it's just an awesome coaster. So hope you guys, and so I'll just be giving right now my overall score. Now this score is out of 10, and I am giving this coaster a perfect 10. What an insane coaster. This is definitely the best Intamin Blitz coaster I've ever ridden. The only other Intamin Blitz coaster I ever rode is Cheetah Hunt at Busch Gardens, Tampa, my home park. But this, I love Cheetah Hunt, and for this coaster to top it off, this coaster is incredible. What a fantastic ride. So that wraps up my review for Maverick at Cedar Point. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.